There we go. Okay, so I appreciate all of you, making some time today to log in and for us to communicate. Uh, Obviously, we all know we're in uncharted territory regarding, what the world is facing right now and how it's going to respond to it. I do have a feeling that, like the 120 other panics and things that have happened over the course of history, this will end up being a dot on the plot line as well too. But I also believe that a couple things will happen for us too, is that, we are connectors in the community. People count on us for a few things. First thing is to keep them connected. I personally believe human interaction, human contact, connectivity, us being connected as a community is one of the most important human needs that we have, right? I mean, you put a person into isolation and what happens to them? You keep people together and keep them sharing their stories, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm absolutely 1,000% positive about all of this. I believe that by being a proactive and positive leader and encouraging folks to stay together and to be remembering each other is going to be something that's going to really add a lot of value and be something that's the people aren't getting in the mass out there right now. So a few things that I wanted to share. My hope and goal is just to try to get through what I have kind of in an uninterrupted way, but also ask that maybe as I do this, if you have some thoughts or questions, we'll have an opportunity when this is over with.
Let's see if she was connected. So I got everybody up on mine. Cool. So as far as the Caerusnet group, I think this has been a really interesting experience, but I think there's a lot of positivities or positive things that'll come out of it. And I especially enjoyed the one meeting that I facilitated this week. We had 20 members, including 2 visitors on Wednesday. We actually are meeting next week, and then we have our spring break until middle of next month. And so I've scheduled those meetings with Zoom for the next 2 months. So the rest of our meetings in March and April are all going to be Zoom meetings. I also feel like, especially after that meeting, it was kind of confirmed the importance of what we're doing in the first place, that this has a lot of value, if anything, because of everything that's happening. People are seeing more value in being connected to other quality professionals, business owners, entrepreneurs, by way of a group like Caerusnet. And so it was nice to hear that as feedback and really get that get that confidence. As far as, I didn't know how it was going to work. I had no idea how to do this, but I watched a YouTube video, so I'm good. So I think that for Caerusnet as a group, I think it adds more value that we can use technology and continue meeting, that we have a support network that's going to help us get through this. Personally, I have no idea how my business is going to be able to continue that well, but I'm working on using Zoom and other technologies to help it moving forward. So.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you very much. And hopefully they send everybody a bunch of big fat checks for just a little while and people feel like they can bridge the gap, right?
Yeah.
So who is next in here? Was it Doug?
Yeah.
Sure, I can go next. I actually ended up doing Zoom meetings for my Brighton team Tuesday and then Wednesday as well, and they both went pretty good. People were appreciative of the fact that we were keeping it going, and that, like Steve said earlier, that we weren't shutting down, because now it's more important than ever to be connected and to offer encouragement and support and all the other things I preach in my group, not just referrals and introductions, but all the other kind of intangible things that go along with our group that you guys all know about. So I got really good feedback. In fact, I had a guy who's works over at Turtle Hut here in Brighton, who had done a number of Zoom meetings, and in ours he said, "This one's going really well." So it was good feedback, and I think we had 14 people on that call. My Brighton one wasn't as big, but we kind of set that out last minute as well. So this time we'll be a little further ahead And I just think it's great to keep things going. And Steve, thanks for your leadership and some of the additional resources you're providing. I'm excited, even though it's a little frustrating. It's you know, there's a lot of silver lining stuff I don't need to go into now, but so we'll get through it.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Doug.
Yep.
Mr. Beber over there in Saline.
Well, hey, I think this is a pretty, pretty cool thing to come in right at the right time, because we don't know how long this is going to last. And, you know, we hear all this speculation that all of a sudden, you know, some people are using it as gospel, but things change every single day. So, you know, whether it's this kind of thing with a pandemic or it's weather, you know, during the winter, like we've experienced, this can be really neat. Although obviously there's a lot to be said for the personal touch stuff that we do. You know, one of the things, I'll throw this out. I don't know if any of you guys have done this. Last Friday, some of my group and myself, just for fun, we went and did an escape room, just to build some teamwork, camaraderie, you know, that kind of thing, just something for fun. Then went out and got something to eat afterwards, and, you know, just doing those kind of things. We do some things. During Christmas time, we bring everybody to the house for a meeting here, and breakfast and whatnot. So just, you know, those kind of things are kind of cool too, to keep the camaraderie going. But on times like this, when we don't know what's going to happen, this is going to be a cool way to connect with everybody. So well done, Steve. Good job.
All right. So Amber, I think you might have been the next one in, and then Brian and Tom. So anything you want to share with us? Any additional ideas or feedback?
Well, I think I shared earlier, I have my video on now because I just got home. I've been out sort of running errands. I don't have internet at my house, and it's working, and I can see everyone. It's not like perfect, but it's working. So that's really good. And all the goddesses already, like I said, they're just amazing. Everyone's still really excited and totally on board to continue growing via Zoom. So we did not get a chance to do yesterday's Zoom meeting quite yet because I hadn't quite figured out all of the sort of nuts and bolts of getting everyone invited and getting the meeting room and everything. But we are meeting next week, and then we'll be off for 2 weeks. So yeah, things are good. Wish we were doing stuff like this at the chamber, but we're not. So I'm very excited to still be able to connect with people through Caerusnet.
Fantastic. Okay, thank you very much. It's just heroic.
Thank you. Let's see. Yesterday we held our Caerusnet meeting via Zoom. We had I think 10 out of 11 make it, and they, like Doug or whoever else it was, shared that people are really appreciative that we did meet. It seemed like being able to just share where they're at and what they're up to and how things are going and how they're adjusting made a difference for them. And I added another meeting a couple weeks from now when we weren't going to have any for about a month, just to reconnect. Everyone was okay with that, wanted to do that. So I like your idea of the ad hoc, you know, just have a meeting for those that need it idea. That's really great. I ended up paying for I don't know what it is, the pro version, because I read somewhere that you were limited to a 40-minute meeting with the free version. So just FYI, if you get kicked out or it yells at you for going over, you might have to just upgrade for that. And right after I subscribed, one of my vendors for Essential IT offered free webinar technology through the rest of the year to any of my clients. I haven't looked into it yet, but when I do, we could offer it to the entire Caerusnet network if you want, just as an idea. But like you said, Zoom is free up to a certain point. For most people, that's probably sufficient. Trying to think what else I want to share. My company is also willing to help out anyone who is in need of some kind of website support. So some people, you know, maybe they have a business, but they have no way of sharing it with other people, and they just need a quick landing page or something. Just, I'm willing to help out. And that's been a good way of making the world a better place with what you know how to do. So just keep that open. If you hear any needs in your groups, feel free to reach out. And Steve, I appreciate you putting your thoughts together, because I didn't think about the financial impact that some people might have with the memberships. So it's good to think through all the ways that the circumstances are affecting people and how we can assist. So I appreciate that. And we'll be in touch, obviously, to work on the new features for your site.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. Tom, another guy from Lansing. DeWitt, right?
DeWitt. I don't have anything yet other than, yep, we were supposed to meet this week. We did not, but then I am scheduled to have the next 3 weeks off. So I'm a veteran Zoom user, so this falls right into my wheelhouse as far as being able to use it. I was informed by my client last Friday that they didn't want anybody to come in outside the company. So every call except one today has been through Zoom, all my coaching calls, and obviously from now on, maybe from now on, but I probably will do an impromptu Caerusnet call, because I won't be meeting with my group for a month, so probably should mix one in there, and so we'll see how that goes. But appreciate it.
Okay, fantastic. So I don't really have anything to add. I, again, wanted to just keep this really concise, just so we're all together and all on the same page. And, if anything comes up that you feel is useful to share with me during this time, I'm all ears, eager to hear, and happy to help as well, too. So just, let's stay connected. Let's keep everybody connected. And, we're going to push through this and be much stronger on the other side. I firmly do believe that.